Why do they tease me so badly? Reds, why do you do this to me? I love the Reds, but they always find a way to just, kind of go on that little bit of blue balls type mentality here. So we won yesterday. I believe it was like 6-3 or something. And we are still in this cuspiskins. That's not even a word. We're still in this very, very interesting situation, right? We're not in the playoffs, but we're right on the edge of being a playoff team. We are 2.5 games out of being a playoff team, and we're still waiting here, trying to figure something out. And it's like we win one, we lose one. We win one, we lose one. We're looking like, okay, this is it. Bam, we're in. And then next second later, we lose a couple games. And then we're like, oh, well, you know what? We tried. We almost made the playoffs. Oh, man. And then also the Mets are not helping us out in the slightest. Like, bro, can the Mets just lose? Just lose a couple games. Reds, come on, take over, be that team. Like, oh man, it's painful. It's actually painful. We play against the St. Louis Cardinals. We have one more game versus them? No, hold up. What am I doing? Let me pull up the Reds. Pull up the Reds here. I thought we just finished our series. Yeah, we just finished our series. We play the Cubs next. Okay. So I thought. I was like, bruh, that's bugging. All right, so we've got the Cubs next, which you already know, never going to be easy. And then we get to play against the Pirates and then the Brewers. So there's only so many games left. But there's still a chance, right? And the whole mentality is you're telling me there's a chance, and I am telling you there's a chance. But the Mets, they're winning. Although, actually, they just lost to the Padres. They play the Padres today, so we'll see how this game goes today for the Mets. But they are playing the Padres. They lose today, then they went 1-2 versus the Padres, which is nice. But they also did go 2-1 versus the Rangers. See, this is what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe the Mets are trying to give it to us. We just, for some reason, went 0-3 versus the Athletics. I said it earlier this year. We always find a way to avoid being swept. This is when we stopped doing that. we stopped avoiding being swept. And now we're in a situation that we're in. Where we're not looking great. Which, again, like I said, it's like there's so many opportunities, ways to make the playoffs here. And if we're going to blow it, I feel like. But, hey, it's not over until the fat lady sings. And she hasn't even, she's already began warming up. Like, she's on the third act. But still, we have a chance. And also the Diamondbacks are also in there, too. I didn't really talk about. They're technically above us, but they played the Giants. They went 2-1 versus the Giants. They got the Phillies, and then they got the Dodgers, and then they got the Padres. I think the Dodgers will take care of them, so that's why I really didn't talk about them. But yes, Dodgers, they play Dodgers upcoming, so I think the Dodgers can take care of the Diamondbacks, and we should be okay in that context, but one step at a time, baby. One step at a time. That's all we can hope for. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. At the end of the day, this year was better than last year. So, while, yes, obviously I'm disappointed with how this year has gone in the end here. And I think a lot of the reason why I'm disappointed is just because of how close we got. If we would have been 5-6 games out of the wild card, I would have walked away from the season and said, hey, I'm proud. I'm proud because last year was so bad that this year just really seemed like we got something going. And 2026 would be our year. or is going to be our year. No matter what, it's going to be our year. But like, I would feel a little bit more confident. But when you're like, and I use the same analogy for the Bengals here, you know, when you're 9-8 every year, right, and you're one game out of the playoffs, or not every year, but even if you go 9-8 one year, it's one of those situations where it's like it kind of hurts you even more because it's like we were one game away from there. Now, for baseball, it's different than football. In football, you don't want to go 9-8 and make the playoffs because if you're going to go one and done, you're going to end up, you know, fluffing yourself over because you have a worse draft pick. In baseball, draft picks are not like football. So in baseball, it's even more like, hey, if you just make the playoffs and you go one and done, at least you made the playoffs, right? At least you were a playoff team. So it's a little bit easier to stomach making the playoffs and losing when you're in baseball because the draft picks don't work the same. But still, it is what it is, man. Just blue ball me all the way to Texas.